Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Forex market wrap. Going to go over a few things that have happened this week and what maybe we could see going into next week. So starting off with the US dollar index, a bit of a mixed week for the US dollar. We had some really positive news out of the FOMC rate statement and press conference. Basically, they talked about the potential to start tapering and that it could be concluded by by next year, and that basically saw the US dollar rally significantly. However, following that, the next day we dropped significantly back down. So bit of mixed messages from the US dollar. It doesn't seem that investors are really that convinced that we're going to see some bullish moves at the moment, and in fact we kind of came back up into this previous area where we saw some significant selling and we started to reject that zone. So are we going to see a continuation of a move down going into next week? There's potential for that, especially if we look across the other major currency pairs, because other majors like the euro, the Australian dollar and the pound are really starting to trade higher against the US dollar. So that could be a catalyst as well. That gives us the opportunity to start selling the dollar going into next week. But definitely if we break below the weekly lows going into next week, I think we could see some further downside from the US dollar index. If I go into gold, gold was on our watch list this week. We were talking about the opportunity to first buy it into the resistance level, then to sell it. So if you look at the previous video, it'll be linked in the blog post down below. Basically what we'll see is that we spoke about the opportunity to buy it into the zone. We then formed this really nice strong bearish close, rejecting the level. Then following the sort of US session yesterday, we had a strong move down in gold, and I expect this to continue. I expect the market to continue to push to the downside, with price potentially coming back down into this key support level just through here, where we saw obviously some strong buying in the past. If the dollar is going to weaken, we should technically see gold move higher again. So maybe we'll see price drop back down into this support and then a change in trend and a move back higher again. So that could be a potential to watch out for in the near future. But right now we're in the middle of a daily bearish impulse phase. We should see this continue to the downside in the short term. Going into Aussie yen then, so the reason why I'm looking at the Aussie yen weekly time frame is because of this monthly. We were talking about this for a while now. We talked about this week the long term and the short term opportunities to trade this market. We talked about short term, looking for some downside. I think it was down here on the 4-hour time frame when we were looking for some downside. This week when we looked at this pullback and then a move down, we've subsequently broken back to the upside now, so we need to start switching that mindset a little bit. Now if we look at the weekly time frame, we're starting to form a bit of a bullish close here. Is that going to be a higher low on the weekly time frame? If that is, then we could start to see a nice little trend start to develop here on the daily and the 4-hour, with price heading back up towards these key swing highs. So that's what I'm going to be looking for here on Aussie yen, seeing whether that monthly time frame analysis is going to start playing out now. Maybe we'll see a higher low coming in, higher high pattern on the daily time frame with some further upside. Going into pound then, so basically we had the Bank of England yesterday saying that they will take action and hike interest rates if needs be. That is quite a hawkish tone. If we look at the daily time frame, we rejected this range low through here. We've changed trend on the 4-hour time frame. What I'm expecting here now is price to come back down, retest this previous structure, and then continue to make its move to the upside, with the targets being around about 138.50s to 139 here, just because of that positive pound data. So that's what I've got for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the content this week. If you really did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex content, and I will speak to you next week. Cheers.